Dan, thanks for doing this interview.
Of course.
It's been an incredible 2022 Target ALS annual meeting.
It really has. I've been sitting here, just in awe of the scientific progress, the level of collaboration within the consortia, the palpable sense of progress among the hundreds of participants who are true leaders in this field. It's really exciting.
Yeah, we've got almost 300 people in that room, and we've got hundreds of people watching online.
Yeah.
Did you think 8 years ago, when you founded Target ALS, we would be here at the Charles Hotel with the leading ALS researchers discussing what are the next steps in our field?
Absolutely. I had plotted that whole thing out and expected to be here, on May 4th, 2022. No, of course not. I think what we did think about 8 years ago was a new model for collaborative research, where we would create these multidisciplinary, even maybe cross-sectoral industry, academia, consortia that would truly advance the ball in terms of accelerating research into clinical trials. Over time we thought that what we needed to do was draw more people into the field, make it easier for people, lower the barriers. So we had a broad conception of that, but never would I have imagined that Target ALS would play such a catalytic role in advancing the science, and that we'd have a community of hundreds and hundreds of people gathered together. And I think what's most important is there might be over 100 industry players, biotech, pharmaceutical, venture capital, who are here. And that's really an illustration of the fact that the science has advanced, and they believe ultimately that they can make money, which is a good thing.
Yeah. You talk in your book about being charged with revitalizing New York after 9/11, and I've always been so impressed about how you broke through the bureaucracy of course, government, right, when you were deputy mayor, to create incredible monuments of our city, the Shed and Hudson Yards and Brooklyn Bridge Park. That must have taken collaboration. Did any of those learnings translate when you created this model?
Yeah, no, I'm a huge believer in bringing people together, having clear goals, processes that work, effective communication, and I think we've imported some of that model to Target ALS. I also yelled a lot, and that helped accelerate things, which I can't do in this context. But look, at the end of the day, where you're dealing with very complex situations, where there are multiple disciplines that have to be involved, the only way to get things done is to work together. And I think we've really tried hard to apply that principle to Target ALS. And so I can't claim to have done much of the work. Our wonderful CEO, Manish Rezangani, is the main driver of it. But I think the principles that we established up front have been executed on really, really beautifully.
Yeah. Well, as you said in your opening remarks, what's pretty terrific, or incredible, I should say, is we have 41 funded consortia, 60% have led to drug discovery programs, and we have 6 drugs currently in clinical trials in just 8 years.
And 5 biotech companies that have been formed out of the research. Apparently there was another one yesterday to make 5. So I'm really proud of what we've done, but the reality is we haven't saved people's lives yet, and that's the goal. Right. Our goal at Target ALS is to accelerate research into successful clinical trials and save lives.
Yes.
And I think we will be doing that, not just Target ALS, but this field within the next several years. And my goal is to be within 10 years within sight of everybody living.
Everyone lives.
Yeah, not saying we'll get there within 10 years,
Right.
but it should be within sight. I think that is clearly possible. The things that are happening in terms of the understanding of the genetics and biology, the fact that there are now common tools and resources that people can draw on that help to lower the barriers to entry for new researchers or companies or existing researchers. The fact that pharma and biotech are so involved. We at Target ALS, alone have ongoing relationship with 123 companies or firms. That's just amazing.
Yes.
So all the pieces are being put into place,
Yep.
and hopefully we'll see
Sure.
progress in terms of saving people's lives in the
Near future, hopefully.
near to intermediate term.
So in the ecosphere of ALS research out there, the greatest minds and the latest research is in that ballroom right now.
No question about it.
What do you think's missing? What's next?
Well, I think one thing that we have begun to focus on is partnerships with other similar diseases. And I think that's important for a number of reasons. One, to draw new ideas into the field. I think we also can share back out both our model and findings from the things we're learning. So I think that has to be expanded over time.
In December, you revealed that you have a likely ALS diagnosis. Being here at this annual meeting, what keeps you motivated? You're dealing with a personal situation, and you're here at Target ALS, and you're even that much more motivated, it seems, to just continue this fight is even more.
Well, I mean, I have found that focusing on Target ALS gives me a incredibly powerful sense of purpose. And maybe I can help myself, but less likely. But it's my family. There's a hereditary component, but more importantly, there are 1 in 400 people who are alive today who will die of ALS.
Yeah.
And if I feel like I can do something to help them, a disease that has devastated my family, is likely to have a significant impact on me, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I quit the company I started, why I stepped back from leadership positions and a number of things that I was involved in, and really focusing on Target ALS. We've built a powerful engine here, and we've proven the model works, and I want to expand it, because the more we expand it, the more we can do, the faster we're going to be saving people's lives.
Sure. Sound totally correct. We need to find biomarkers. We need to fill the pipeline. We need to get to clinical trials.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this is you never know what's going to work, and so you've got to have hundreds of targets that you ultimately validate many of them. You get them ready for clinical trials. They go into clinical trials, and hopefully many of them will emerge as successful clinical trials. That's why I say the more money you've got, the more you can do, the faster you're going to be saving lives.
Sure. The more bullets you got, the more chances you have.
Our goal here is everybody lives.
Yes. Thank you, Dan. Really, I very much appreciate it, and your sharing your personal story, I think, motivates our team just that much more, to continue this fight. So I want to thank you very much.
It's my pleasure, and thanks, Steve, for everything you do for us too.
Thanks, Dan.